everybody, and welcome to another video. This is the first of my video logs for my Cities of Sigmar army, and I fancied doing something a little bit different, something, you know, showing a little bit of the making, the painting, what I've done for the project, and kind of just sort of share my thoughts on the army project as I go and sort of like log my progress, so to speak. It's a little bit different type of content, and you know, if you like it, please subscribe, drop a comment, ring the bell and like and all that good stuff. And all the support that I've had so far on the channel has been absolutely amazing. But yeah, Cities of Sigmar. I pretty much fell in love with this army as soon as it was revealed. And I've had really great time building and painting the army so far. Obviously with the pre-orders coming out and all the new releases and everything else, and now the full range is out, you know, I just had to get some straight away. So after I got my initial launch box and I built that up, I basically pre-ordered a couple of boxes of Fusiliers, another box of Steel Helms, and the Free Guild mounted Cavalier Marshal. You'll see him later on. I've put a little bit of painting footage in there later on in the video. So yeah, right now I'm just like, you know, building up the Fusiliers, and they're an interesting build, I will say. You can go down the route of like not putting them on the bases. So as you can see in the background of the photo, I've got the shields and everything glued in place. Now you could paint those separately and put the actual Fusilier onto a cork, like pin him in through his feet and paint them separately, but I chose to build them entirely, and I thought that would just be a little bit easier because they do sort of stand sort of to the side, and you can kind of paint them entirely built, so that is something to think about. I may do a painting video for one of them actually, just to show you, you know, how easy it is. But yeah, the army for itself is very cool and it's very thematic, and I'm a bit of a history buff. I do like my sort of medieval type history and sort of like the War of the Roses and stuff, the English Civil War, and I kind of getting that vibe from these guys. I'm kind of getting that sort of feel of that's kind of what the army is. You know, there's a lot of ranged units with some infantry and like the really cool cavalry, and later on in the video when I show you my Cavaliers that I've painted up, you'll see that like each individual knight, I believe they are, is essentially got its own sort of color scheme. So yep, building and painting, I think the building side of things is kind of fun. I've always sort of like enjoyed the building. You know, you just sort of just stick some music on and then just work away. And the Fusiliers and the kits in general are really easy to do. Like the shields come in two parts. The actual Fusiliers themselves, their bodies are in maybe like one or two parts, sometimes three, and then the weapon. I would say that the only sort of a little bit of a pain can be is attaching the cannon to the end of that stick. But if you're careful and using some decent plastic glue, it's not a problem. The Steel Helms are a really cool unit. I really like this unit. They've got a lot of quirkiness about them, and the poses are not, you know, they're not massively dynamic, but you can kind of sort of mix and match around. And obviously because I had the Fusilier boxes, and I show a couple of examples of this later on, I'd kind of used a couple of the parts from the Fusiliers, so like heads and things like that, onto this unit of 10 Steel Helms, just to sort of like mix it up a little bit. But yeah, they're pretty cool. Again, these things are really easy to build, and you can kind of get them done in a matter of time. It took me about 30 minutes in total to get this entire box built. And you can build them entirely as they are. You can put the shields on and still paint everything, which is kind of cool. I do have a painting video for my Steel Helm color scheme up on the channel right now if you want to go and check that out. So yeah, it's they are really good. You know, they're a really cool kit. There's a lot of sort of fun little elements to it. which is kind of nice. You know, they're not all the same. There's little different heads here and there that kind of make them stand out. And like I said, I've used a couple of the Fusilier heads, which is one of these heads here. I didn't bother putting the trumpet on the banner bearer. I gave the shield as well, sort of just distinguish it a little bit different from the other two that I've got in the army. So I thought, what better way, you know, add a little bit of painting into the video. I thought I'd turn the camera on while I was working on my Free Guild Cavalier. I really wanted to do like an orange cloak, an orange cloth, a bit like the box art, but I really wanted like a desaturated orange. And I've been messing around with that, and it's kind of a hard colour to pull off, and I'm really pleased with how it come out. And it's, yeah, this model, this is the model that basically made me want to collect this faction. As soon as they shown it at Warhammer Fest, or the previews, I was like, yeah, I don't care what's happening. I'm getting this faction, and I'm getting this model, because it is so damn good. It really is. Like, there's so much character involved in it, and I'm really pleased with how this orange turned out, actually. If you want a painting tutorial on how I did it, leave a comment below, and yeah, and I'll look at maybe doing a video on how I did the orange. But yeah, it was really fun to paint, and he's almost finished now at the time of recording and editing this video, so he is almost done. So that's pretty much where I got up to at the end of that session. I've pretty much got most of the base done. And there's like little bits of detail here and there left on it, so I'm actually kind of happy with that. Like I said, he is almost finished. I'd probably say another hour or two on him and he'll be completely and utterly done, and then I'll be able to put him in the cabinet alongside the other things. So what I have done is, obviously this was the first model I painted up, which was the Warforger. I did a tutorial on that leather, which is up on the channel. I love this model. He's really cool, and he is a model that has caused a lot of issues on the internet. And yeah, he's a pretty important model for your army, especially for certain builds, and I'm going to be doing like an army list video in another vlog about him. The Marshal, I love this model. This is the model I did for my first video for my members area, so if you want to check that tutorial out, it's about 45 minutes, nearly 50 minutes long. And it's over in the members area now. And his little dude, this was the guy that I used as a test for my scheme. I just literally need to finish off this little stick with the little zombie head, and then he's done. I'm really quite happy with how he turned out. And this was literally the first model for the Cities of Sigmar that I painted. I really love him. Obviously, you know, you can't really have a Cities of Sigmar army without Gotrek. I've had Gotrek lying around for ages, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to get him done. And he is one of my favourite fantasy characters, so I really wanted him to make him stand out. So there is little tattoos on there. There is non-metallic silver and non-metallic gold. I really went as hard as I could on him, and I think he looks amazing. And I've used him a few times, and he is amazing. This is pretty much brings my army up to 2,000 points. The Arcanite for the Command Corp is an amazing model, and I really hope in the future the human element of the faction gets a unit of these guys, like a bit like Chaos Chosen, just 5 Arcanites on foot, because it would be such a cool, impressive looking unit, and I would definitely be all over that. And then my Steel Helms, this is the one that I did for the tutorial. I still need to get the decals on there. But this is kind of the colour scheme for my army, and then I've got the rest of them as well. So I've almost got the full unit painted. These are the ones that are pretty much done. I just need to finish off the bases and then get the decals on them. Had a lot of fun painting them. I think, like I said, there's a lot of character, and they're very easy, and you can batch paint these really simply, because everything is sort of like broken down on the model really easily. So it's really good. And yeah, so you can have a lot of fun with this faction. Like, they are really easy to paint, and you can go as hard as and as detailed as you want with them. I enjoyed doing the priest. I've tried to make all 3 of my priests a little bit different. For my Cavaliers, as you can see, this is the Arc Knight for the unit. This was one of the first ones I did. I've used this one, I painted this guy in the colours of my army in my city. So it's obviously the teal and black, and there's a little bit of weathering there and everything else. Still a little bit of pieces to do on him. And then I've got the standard bearer. And this was like, I tried to do something different with the horses. And I went for that white horse with a sort of mottled look on it, and I'm quite pleased with how this one turned out. And obviously the banner just needs finished off, and as well as the shield. So like the cavalry are not completely 100%. There's still little bits and pieces to do on each one of them. And for this one, I then decided to go for a sort of blue tone, and again try to go for that sort of different coloured horse. Kind of getting inspired from the heavy metal teams colour schemes in the book, and so I really like that one. And then this one, I kind of went a little bit nuts with some of the decals. I found some decals from the Cities of Sigmar, and I wanted to do something a little bit different, and kind of went, well, maybe like they'll have the heraldry painted onto their horse armor, and that's kind of what I did at the back, and I'll probably do that again if I do some more of them. And then for the final one, I went for a yellow and black because, you know, I like painting yellow. So yeah, but yeah, I hope you like this one. I really enjoyed it. So that is my video log for part 1, I would say, of my progress with my Cities of Sigmar army. I'm having a lot of fun painting this army, and some of the miniatures are so good. And there's so many more I want to get. I really want to get the big, massive Chimera special character, and obviously Zelander, the priestess being carried on the thing. So in the next video, it might be a little bit different. I might show a little bit more progress of what I've been working on. Maybe show the finished mounted Free Guild Marshal. But I'll also want to sort of talk about lists as well, sort of like looking at a kind of a list that I'm going to be aiming for, and potentially a sort of tournament list that I'm going to do. And I'll be going into in that video into the intricacies of like things to take and things like to sort of combo in with some other things to kind of make it well and make it good. So that'll be probably in the next video log. That'll be on in a couple of weeks time, probably next month. And I want to do like one of these video logs a month, at least a month, and it kind of helps me, motivates me to get the army going and get the army finished. This is truly a passion project. I'm really loving this army so much. The models are so good. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me. If you are enjoying this content, please subscribe to the channel, like, comment, ring the bell. Like the videos are popping off right now because of all the engagement, and it's absolutely amazing. And obviously, if you want to get a couple of extra content, you can support the channel by joining and becoming a channel member. You will get to look at the video for the Free Guild Marshal that is up there now, and I'm already started work on December's model already, so hopefully that'll be coming quite quickly into December, and it's going to be a 40k themed model. So yes, please check it out. It's really good. It's really good, and there's going to be a lot of content being added to that every month. So the longer you're there, the more content you're going to get access to, and it's going to be really good. But thank you to everybody who's supported me so far, and anyone that is new to supporting me, you are all amazing. So thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video, people.